Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. In this chapter, we are dealing with idioms describing people.
Yeah.
Idioms are used a lot, but not every day. Let's put it this way.
Yeah.
Okay. So all these idioms that are on this page describe people. We use them
Yeah.
in relation to people. Say,
Yeah.
for example, you might say, you have a heart of gold. It means your heart is not made of gold, but the description is that you have a good heart. So when you say that old lady has a heart of gold, so that means she's a very kind person. She will help anyone in need. So you then describe somebody with a heart of gold.
Yeah.
On the other hand, if you say you are as good as gold, it means that usually you relate to children, you refer to children. You can say the children were as good as gold on the journey. That means they were very well behaved and there were no trouble at all.
So usually, as good as gold are is used to refer
To children.
children,
Yeah.
while a heart of gold
Heart of gold is just
has
any person. You've
heart
got a
of
heart of
gold
gold, meaning that
used
you have a good heart.
used
Yeah, it can be used to describe anyone who's very kind.
anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm.
So on the other side,
Okay, I see.
if you say
Okay.
somebody
There's
is as
positive
hard,
qualities.
the negative qualities, you could say hard as nails. You know, nails are very hard and very sharp.
Yeah.
So if you refer to
Yeah.
somebody and say that old woman is as hard as nails, you can't get her to agree to anything. That means she has no sympathy for anyone at all. Or you could say that that teacher is as hard as nails. We can't get her to agree to letting us go out for a break.
So is that similar with stubborn or
Yeah, very stubborn
hard
and
as
not willing to
nails?
compromise, and you
Mm,
can't get through to them.
mm,
You can't, they are not kind. You can't
mm.
get any favors out of them. So they
Yeah.
are as hard as nails.
Can I say as hard as stones?
No, you could say you got a stone heart, but you
Stone
could don't
hard.
say as hard as stone. Yeah,
Mm,
you got
okay.
a stone heart.
Mm,
The other regular one is a nasty piece of work. This one is very
mm,
common.
mm,
You encounter this every day. If somebody doesn't want to help you and he is very, very selfish, then you could refer to him as he's a nasty piece of work, meaning that he's just very undesirable and not a nice
mm,
character.
mm.
A nasty piece of work. That's very,
A
very
nasty
common.
piece of work.
Work. Yeah.
Yeah, work. A nasty piece of work.
Yeah.
Nasty.
Very nasty. He's just a nasty piece of work.
Mm, okay.
Next one, her heart is in the right place,
Mm,
meaning that um, this girlfriend of mine, um, even though she's got a bad temper, but
mm,
her heart's in the good place. That means
mm,
despite some bad attributes, like maybe she's very short tempered, but
mm,
she's got a heart of gold, or her
mm,
heart is in the right place. That means
mm,
she is a kind person,
mm,
even though sometimes they do not look like that.
mm. Yeah.
your heart is in the right place.
Her heart, yeah, her heart
In
is
the
in
right
the
place.
right place. Okay. Mm,
Next one. He's such an awkward customer.
yeah.
For example, if you went into a shop and there's a person in front of you in the queue and he goes on and he's not satisfied with what he's buying and he makes a big fuss. So the assistant or you would say, oh, he's such an awkward customer. That means you can't please him. He will always find fault with everything that you bring to for him. So
Yeah.
he's a very awkward customer. An awkward person is somebody,
Awkward customer.
yeah, an awkward person is somebody who you find difficult to deal with.
Mm. So can you say awkward? Mm,
Awkward what?
awkward person.
Person.
Yeah.
Yeah, awkward person. She's a very awkward person.
Mm. So customer.
You're
Uh,
describing the customer, an awkward customer. Awkward person is different from awkward customer. Awkward person, it could be that you are a bit difficult. Customer is also difficult, but it relates to a type of person. That means a customer. She's a very awkward person to deal with. So
yeah.
that would mean, overall, she's very, very difficult to deal with.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can also say, you put me in an awkward situation.
Mm.
Like, for example, you want a favor of me. You say, can you go to the boss and ask him to give me a few days off? Because you are the boss's relative. So he knows you well. Can you go and ask him, for a favor on my behalf? And then you say, because he's your friend, you say, oh, you put me in such an awkward position or situation. Like, I find it very difficult to refuse you, and I find it difficult to go to the boss who is also my relative. So you are in a difficult situation.
Yeah. Yeah. I see. Awkward. Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually, yeah, awkward means you are very embarrassing.
Yeah.
Embarrassed. Yeah.
You're in an awkward situation.
Awkward situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next one. You are a pain in the
Yeah.
neck. A pain in the neck means you're so annoying. Like, I can't serve you because whatever I bring, whatever food I serve, you say it's no good and it's not tasty and it's very bad and it's gone off and it's not up to scratch. So you would say, oh, you're such a pain in the neck. That means a pain in the neck. Sometimes people use it a pain in some bad word, but the right word is to say it's a pain in the neck. That means you are very awkward and you are very annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A pain in the neck.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next one. He gets on everyone's nerves. It means that, there's in class, there's always an awkward person who will make it difficult for everybody. He will irritate everybody. So he will go around and say, oh, can you do this for me? And then he'll go around to another person and say, oh, you look so ugly today. Or, your work, is not up to scratch and, you're falling behind and nobody likes you. So he gets on everybody's nerves. That means he annoys everyone.
Irritates everybody. Annoying.
Yeah. Yeah. Irritates or annoys everybody.
Okay.
Next one is idioms dealing with the head. So, for example, you say, he's got his head screwed on. It means that he's sensible. That boy has his head screwed on. That means he's very sensible and you can look up to him and he's very practical.
To have one's head screwed on.
Yeah.
One's head
screwed on, as
Okay.
if you use a screw and screw it on. So in other words, it's in place.
Oh,
Yeah. Next one, a head for heights. This
Yeah.
is very literal, like a head for heights. Like, oh, I daren't climb to the top of the mountain because I do not have a head for heights. It's like back in Malaysia, we have in our town, we got a cave which has got a few hundred steps. And I didn't like climbing up those steps to get into the cave because I do not have a head for heights, even though it's just climbing up the steps. Because when I climb up, I feel as if I'm going to fall down. So I do not have a head for heights. Because there's so many steps, you feel as if, your head is going round or you're going to get a headache or you feel as if you're going to fall. So even though you hold on to the rail, you still feel very scary.
So that means you are afraid of being high.
Yeah, you're afraid of heights. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You're just afraid of
also
heights.
kind of like that.
Do you have it as well?
Yeah.
Yeah. I definitely have it.
Yeah. I can say there are many sites in China. They have transparent bridges.
Yeah,
which
those
means you can see
transparent
through.
bridges. Yeah, I don't like those at all because I feel as if I'm stepping on something and I just feel very nervous.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a very weird feeling.
So
most people won't
that
feel
is
a thing.
But somebody like that, and some people like that, like to be experience the height. Yeah.
Those transparent bridges, it's very scary.
So that is called a head for heights. Head for
heights.
Okay.
A head like a sieve. A sieve is you sieve the flour, but when you have a head like a sieve, that means you got a very bad memory. That means you cannot retain information. You can just say, oh, he's got a head like a sieve. That means he just forgets everything. He can't remember your birthday. He can't remember where you went and all that.
Yeah. So sieve is a kind of flour.
No, sieve is something with lots of holes in it. It's a implement that you put for example, when you are baking, you want the flour to be very fine. So you put it through a sieve so that the flour that goes through will be very fine without any crumbs. So that is a sieve. So when you say somebody has got a head like a sieve, it's like all the information will go away and go through. So you can't retain any information.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have similar expressions in Chinese. We'll say if somebody have a bad memory, we call him have a memory like a fish. It said fish doesn't have a very long memory.
Yeah, a fish. Yeah, that's a good one.
So a head like a sieve. A head like a sieve. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I got that.
Next one is a good head for figures. This is very common. And like, for example, we go to the shop and we buy about 10 items. And then at the end of it, you will ask me, how much does it cost? And then I can tell you the cost. So you will say, oh, you got a good head for figures. That means you can just add everything very quickly. And you just have a head for figures. It's just that it's so easy for you.
Yeah.
Very, very good with numbers.
So good at math.
Yeah, good at maths.
Yeah. A good head for figures. Okay, I see that.
Yeah. Your head in the clouds is like, she still got her head in the clouds after that party. That means She is still in the days. She
mm,
is on another level. She's not
mm,
down to earth.
mm.
Yeah.
To have one's head in the clouds
Yeah. In the
is
clouds. It's like
mm,
you're so dreamy. You're not down
mm,
to earth. You're
mm,
not down with reality. You are still
mm,
dreaming about something.
mm, mm. Okay.
And then head and shoulders above someone. That
Mm,
means you are head and shoulders above all the others in the class. That means you're much better than everyone else in the class.
mm. To be head and shoulders above someone.
Mm,
You're
you're much
much
better.
better than someone. Okay.
Mm. To
Right.
bury your head in the sand.
Mm,
It's like you know the sand. If you bury your
yeah.
head in the sand, you can't
Yeah.
see anything. So therefore,
Mm.
you refuse to accept the
The
situation,
fact, the
the facts, and the
situation,
reality.
the reality.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's why I'm a kind of bird. I don't know how to say
Yeah.
how to
Yeah.
say it
Some I
in
know one bird
what
always puts its head in the sand. I can't
yeah.
remember
What
what
was
the
that?
name of that
Yeah.
bird.
Yeah.
Ostrich, maybe. I'm not sure.
Mm. Stretch.
Ostrich.
Ostrich.
Yeah.
Okay. I see.
To keep your head. To keep your head is like we are in we are in a difficult situation,
Mm,
and suddenly the electricity has gone off and
mm,
everybody is screaming away, but
mm,
you still have your head on to keep your head. That means you're very calm.
mm.
You do not let the situation overcome you.
Oh, to keep your head
Yeah.
to stay calm in a
Yeah. To stay
difficult
calm.
situation.
Yeah.
Mm, stay calm. Okay, I see.
Next one, how people relate to the social norm. That means what other people feel. If, like, for
Mm,
example, other people might say, oh, she's a bit of an oddball. That means
mm,
an oddball means that person is a bit odd and doesn't conform. So, like, you might say, you know, everyone else is dressed in a shirt, and then that person is walking down the street in pajamas,
mm,
and you say, oh, he's a bit of an oddball. That means he's a bit
mm,
weird and peculiar,
mm.
doesn't
Just bit
conform
of
to society.
yeah, oddball. It's
Yeah,
called an odd. Okay.
oddball. Yeah,
Mm,
very peculiar.
okay.
He's really over the top. That
Mm,
means exaggerated. Like you might decorate your house, but
mm,
he will over decorate it. He might just
mm,
put in different colors of paint and design it and making it really stand out, but stand out so much so that it is
mm,
out of the ordinary, that people will say it's too exaggerated,
mm,
over the top.
mm. It's really over the top. Over
Yeah,
the top. Okay.
in your behavior, over the top.
Be uh, exaggerated.
Yeah,
Exaggerated.
exaggerated in your behavior.
Okay. In behavior. Okay.
um, when you say somebody's gone round the bend, it's like he's gone round the bend, so you say he's a bit crazy,
Yeah.
like like
Mm,
he doesn't dress like everybody else does, and he is so unusual, so he's gone round the bend. That means he's gone a bit mad.
mm. It's gone round the bend. Why
Yeah,
it's called bend? Bend.
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 That means
Mm,
it's not straight round the bend. So you can also say he's driving me round the bend. That means he's driving me mad.
mm,
That's another way of saying it. Like, for example, the teacher might say the class is driving him round the bend because they are
mm,
so noisy, they don't listen, and so they're making such a lot of fuss. So they're just driving him around the bend. Just like your
Mm.
mother might say, you're just driving me around the bend
Mm.
because you can't sit still and you want this, that, and the other. So you're just driving me around the bend.
Okay.
Middle of the road is like the middle of the road. So you are very non-committal, or you are in the middle. So if your politics are very middle of the road, that means you are very normal. You are not extremist. So you're just middle of the road.
No radical ideas.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And next one is about people in the classroom. If you say somebody is teacher's pet, that means like a pet, that means is the teacher's favorite person. I mean, when we were kids at school, they always say, oh, you're teacher's pet. That means the teacher particularly likes you above all the others. Yeah.
Flowers, top of the class.
Yeah, top of the
Top
class
of the
usually.
class.
The teacher usually likes somebody who's clever and who's good and who just attracts her attention. So she will say, or ask that person to carry out all the activities and very favorable towards that person. So that person is the teacher's pet.
Yeah. It also says is top of the class.
Yeah, top of the class.
Okay.
Harry is a real know-all. Know-all means that he thinks he knows everything. In every situation, there's always a person who thinks he knows everything. So he acts as if he's a know-all.
A know-all. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the other one is also almost the same. He's a big head. The big head, that means your head is too big for you. It's like you have a very high opinion of yourself. Almost the same as the other one.
Lazy bones.
Lazy bones is a very common phrase. We say, oh, you are the lazy person in the class, so you are lazy bones. And you can call someone lazy bones, get up now. We are going to leave now. Lazy bones. Yeah. So these last three are used in a classroom situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it.
Teacher's pet, top of the class.
Yeah.
Know-all. A big head.
Big
Lazy
head.
bones. Okay.
Lazy bones. Yeah.
Are they very common or just?
In a classroom, lazy bones is very common. Or you can just say, oh, he's such a lazy bones. That means he just doesn't want to get up and do anything. Big head is also common in the classroom. There will always be somebody who thinks he knows everything and who thinks very highly of himself, very arrogant, know all, and top of the class is common. I suppose you could also say he's bottom of the class.
Bottom of the class, okay.
Yeah. Somebody who is not doing very well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But actually, somebody's, so there's some students are same as the bottom of the class. But after a few years, he or she has done a really good job.
Yes, I agree.
At that time, they were seen as at the bottom of the class.
Yeah. Sometimes when they apply themselves, they will turn out to do very well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we've done this chapter.
We've covered this chapter.
We've gone through.
Okay.
We can stop here.
Yeah.